Alright friends, it's D and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the fake guru, gym slave, lifting slave himself, natural hypertrophy. And I'm going to react to his video titled Your Standards Are Too Low. And I'm going to cut a lot of the clips because he talked too much in this video. And he said pretty much the same thing over and over again for 40 minutes, just like a commenter said in the comment section on one of my videos. And with that being said, let's go straight into the video.
A philosophical concept, and that is the concept of standards. We are going today to discuss the importance of standards and why setting them too low is a recipe for disaster, both because it leads to a weak character, but also because it tends to lead to a mediocre physique. And if you're in this game to build a good body, I'm certain it's not an outcome that you desire. Now, I didn't just wake up and think, oh, I think you guys have low standards, let's boost that. Instead, it's an event that triggered this video because I think it was a few weeks ago I posted an announcement on the community page about a physique review stream where people can send their pictures and I tell them if they have weak points, what they have to focus on, and how to get a better aesthetic physique in general. And to promote that stream, I used a picture of a French bodybuilder named Herzoviac, who has an amazing natural physique. And next to his physique, I attached a grade, and that grade was a 6. And of course, it got people talking. People were very curious to see and to hear and to understand why such an amazing package got such a low grade. And it triggered a bunch of reactions that I found extremely interesting within my community.
Herzoviac physique is in the top 99% of the natty bodybuilding community, let alone the non-competing natty bodybuilders. And yes, you have an unrealistic standards because you rate a guy who's in the top 99% a 6 out of 10, and if Herzoviac is a 6 out of 10, then who's 7 out of 10, who's 8 out of 10, who's 9 out of 10? You see what I mean?
In standards, when confronted with someone who forcibly pushes you upward, what is your reaction? Well, if your reaction is to resist this, then you are practicing a religion of mediocrity. But if you allow it to become an updraft that is going to carry your ambition higher, then you are practicing a religion of excellence. You are an ego. Herzoviac in this video behaved like an ego.
Let's see the etymology for mediocre. The term mediocre came from the French, I don't know how to pronounce that, meaning the middle state, ordinary, common, etc., etc. And if we were to implement the 1 to 10 rating, then the mediocre rating would be sitting from 4 to 6 rating. And by rating yourself a 4 out of 10 and Herzoviac is 6 out of 10, then that would means that you rate yourself and Herzoviac as mediocre. And if you keep moving the standard higher and higher, then there would be no mediocrity because the population on that point is non-existent, then making the term mediocre obsolete because mediocre is the average or the most common people. You see what I mean?
And notice how ego and ego sound very similar. That's going to be relevant later on. But this is a character trait that I think is hyper important to develop because your genetic potential is valid for bodybuilding. It's going to make a big difference down the line. But the number one trait that is an acquired trait that you can develop that is even more important is this. It's the ability to respond properly when someone is going to extend criticism to you, which is the ability to have higher standards. And interestingly enough, many people don't get that. And as proven by the community post, many people get mad at that notion. They get mad at the notion that they could improve, that there could be such a thing as them being even better than they are. Why? Because to be able to accept that there is a better version of you around the corner, you must accept that the current version of you is bad or incomplete or not enough. A lot of people whose physiques objectively are not that good cannot do that. So this is why I absolutely wanted to open with an example of a bodybuilder that we all agree.
Again, nobody denies the fact that they can always improve. You keep making the incorrect assumption that these people in your community posts were mad because they got their ego hurt and they think that they have no more room to improve. People did not get mad at the notion that they could improve. Everyone knows that. They get mad because you are statistically incorrect and delusional for rating Herzoviak a 6 out of 10. Get it?
Productive, the positive thought that makes you move forward. This is the perspective shift that you need to make happen because it places the responsibility of your success or failures squarely on your lap. And so many people fail to do that. Which is also why black belt lifters always make me laugh, because they love to point out people with high standards as toxic because they're not realistic. But they fail to understand that you create your own reality.
Alright, that's it from today's video. I won't be reacting to the rest of the video because then I would be repeating him and myself over and over again. While recording the clips, I realized that it's gonna be a waste of time, and the clips that I've included cover the essence of the whole video, and I haven't even touched the subject of body dysmorphia and the fact that not everyone has the same goals as you. And for most people, life is not about getting top tier physique at the expense of sanity. And if you feel miserable all the time for the reason of seeing yourself of not having a good enough physiques, then when you reach the point that you think that you will be satisfied with, you wouldn't feel satisfied at all, because it's like a hedonic treadmill where the point of satisfaction increases and increases and increases. There are many comments on that video that I found interesting and insightful, so I would be including them here at the end of the video. At the time of recording, it's been 3 months since he uploaded a video. In the past, he had mentioned that he was good with time management and he can juggle working 50 hours a week and make videos at the same time. But now that he doesn't have a job at all, where is he? You know, so much productivity for Mr. Time Management here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. More content coming soon.